All right. See, something teaching. My bomb audience and country. The obeti be anwa fanasa. The brafuka krabekam. I'm speaking this morning on the theme, the law of recognition. The law of recognition. Emra nyame ashisha to wa. Emma echire ye said e was say ye hu ade fa. Said ye hu ade. How to recognize. Let me say by way of introduction that when God created the universe, this universe that we see and the planet Earth that we live on, which is part of the universe, the universal system, God created laws that should govern the operation and the functioning of the universe. So there are laws that people call natural law. Even before the time of Moses, that we usually will call the time of the commandments, God has established laws upon which the universe runs. So this life we live in is governed by those laws. Nyame bo abodie no o hihye mmara bia eno na ekura abodie a oboye ehun hia se de bia da se nyame edi akoniaba every sroba asase so bisroba asase so se otutu nyama ehwe se nyama be ko yi da bi o hihye mmara eno enna hwe abodie no so ti se Ghana ya won nei Your mra ebumai no anameboa. Sir, until the president will not need to be going around making sure that things are done well, because there are laws. We have a constitution that governs what we do as a people. So the universe God created is governed by laws, universal laws, natural laws, godly laws. Now, these laws are said that anyone that will engage them will get the benefits that come with them. If you don't engage it, you suffer the consequence. That is, something about the laws. The second thing about the laws is that it is no respecter of person, gender, or tribe, or race. It is no respecter of one's status. So that it doesn't matter whether you are a Christian or unbeliever. It doesn't matter whether you are black or white. It doesn't matter whether you are educated or not educated. Mra we anyame ahye de to wo no. E mra eye djuma se ufa de ye djuma ebeboa wo wan fa anye djuma ehun susuanso so ebeba wo so eni se mra no yan shanto wo se nipa ne ya Kristo nipe na obanya so mfaso ana nipa ne ya obroni kwa na obanya so mfaso e mra nyame ahye e ama abode enti obi biara oya nyame abode ofa mra no de ye djuma ebe ye djuma ma no e fa hu so yo boni o de boyani so ya nyame abode nkwa de ebe ye djuma ma no sa na nyame ahye na afani ni etoso mi ensane say your ignorance about the law does not affect its potential or ability or function. Say if you don't know the existence about the law of that law, you don't know whether it is there or not. Your ignorance about it does not affect its validity. So whether you are aware of it or not, it is in operation. That's the sad part of it. Say unimo, and answer unimo eyejuma. Enti say unima ebeyejuma ma. Let me give you a few of them. Ya bibia ya fe no discovery. That was science. The word discovery, it means that there's a covering on something and the individual removes the covering. So he sees what is under the cover. So when somebody discovers something, they are not the creators of that thing. The thing is already there, but they just find out about the existence of the thing. Am I communicating? Yes. So today, if somebody as a scientist is able to discover something, is able to bring out something they call discovery or invention or creativity, God has actually placed it there in the universe, in the system of the world. It is out of the person's curiosity and search that they find out that thing. Obi say, or a scientist, and answer, or a woman, Nasa, or Siadia, no, wako hu droppy, wako hu bibi. Say, oh yeah, wait. To send your the light buyer, near the sound buyer, one eye and inside your man buyer. And your moon a boy, Yakupon the Adena Shawadeda, or my this year and a mamko huye. So to my say, all right. Now, one of the laws called the law of gravity. The law of gravity. Scientists be Isaac Newton. Right? Is it true? And or discover our law. Or see, if something is in your hands and it falls off, it will go down. It will go down. Bibi wa unsemu na free unsemu baby ayeko ni say ekofem enkosro. Adi wa unsemu na free unsemu ekofem. Now it says that when somebody also goes up, it must come down. It's a law that God has actually created. It is because Isaac Newton discovered it. That is how we have come to know. Hello? Another law I can talk to you about is the law of reproduction. Everybody say the law of reproduction. Now this law states that you can only reproduce something that you are. You can only reproduce something you are. That is a law that God put into his creation. So human beings will produce human beings. Trees will reproduce trees. Animals will reproduce animals. Fishes will reproduce fishes. You can only reproduce something you are. So the law of reproduction says that you can reproduce something you are. You cannot reproduce something you are not. It's a law. It's in a system. It works. God made it. Another law is the law of seed. The law of seed. S-E-E-D. That the seed you have in your hand creates your future harvest. The seed you have in your hand creates your future harvest. Say, seed ana aba ewa wonsem no ena ma odachi fruits ana harvest ebe kan say otwa ti say na odua dachi obetwa eye mra nyame ahye de ato enti so yo broni o so yo bibini o so wa ko school so won ko school so yo onyani ana say skani odua bibia obetwa dachi enokure asori ma enokure ana enti se nipa no otwa obiti kura na se oye diboyani na se okoye efua obenya efam niama ana se obi a oye wudini ekoye efua obenya niama ana yes emfa hu so oye wudini se wakodo na wadua nkoa de obeye de obetwa enti eye mra nyame ahye nyame nsori ntia samra no. It's a law of life. One law is called the law of confession. The law of confession. It says that your confession can become your possession. Nia utade wanoka. Eno na ebe chire ni ebe ba wa brabom. Nti toda ye kan say hwe wan wanu ma sam yi. Hwe dia utade wanoka. Eye mra nyame ahyehyɛ to. Enti say nipa no animo so onimo ne odi wa no kan no etimi ye ejuma e wa brabo. The law of confession. In fact, I was telling them in the first service, said there are many laws of nature that God has established. And if, for example, an aeroplane want to fly, the pilot will engage about 4 different laws for the aeroplane to work. From takeoff to landing, the pilot will engage like 4 laws. Number 1, the law of thrust, THRUST. Like the way the plane will be moving forward with speed is the law of thrust. Then the law of drag or pull. Whilst the aeroplane is trying to move forward, the force of the wind will also be trying to push the aeroplane backwards. So 2 laws at the same time the pilot is engaging. Then when it becomes intense, the aeroplane pilot will now engage the law that is called the law of lifts. So when he engages that law from his console, you will see the aeroplane taking off. It will be engaging 3 laws. He engages the last law, or the law of gravity. So the plane will now land. These are all laws in the universe. No pilot created it. God made it. And they are at work. Whether you know, now this morning, out of these many laws I'm talking about, I'll be teaching you some of them along the line with the help of God. I want to talk to you about the law of recognition. And that is what I want you to write down. The law of recognition. That is what we are looking at shortly in the next 15 minutes here. The law of recognition states that whatever you need is already in your life, merely awaiting your recognition or discovery. Whatever you need is already in your life, merely awaiting your recognition or discovery. Merely means MERELY, merely or literally. Whatever you need is already present in your life, merely awaiting your discovery or your recognition. Say adie biara uhia ewa abrabom no, adie no either say ewo umu ana eben. Na nia ehia ne say ubehu say adie no enenie. Adie biara uhia no ewa asase so, ewa potem, ewa baby awote, ewa abrabom. Adie biara uhwije no wa abrabom no, adie no wo ho, ewo ho dada. Ni aka ni say ubehu say adie ne nie na wakofa. Hello. The law of recognition, that whatever you are looking for, whatever you need is already available, is already in your life. That is just waiting your discovery or your recognition. In other words, whatever you are looking for, God has hidden it in the inside of you or in somebody around you or in something that is around you. Adie biara a wohwehwe no, either say ehye wankasa wo mu anansa ehye obi mu a oben wo, obi a one ne wo nkitahudie, adie na wohwehwe no ehye nipa ne mu, but bia wonhuye, bia wonhuye. Na ho a wonhuye ntino ema ehu nya say niama edi ama. This law has something that is very sad, and I want you to write down. The law of recognition. It has a serious, caveat, and I want you to write down. If you can go with that one alone, I'll be very happy. And it says that whatever good thing you have, if you don't celebrate it or value it, it will soon exit or leave your life. Whatever good thing you have, if you don't value it or celebrate it, it will soon exit your life. It will soon leave your life. Samraya meka wansam ade ba ko a ha dwene wo ho ni se o se ade papa biara ewo wonsam ade papa bi a ekora wo wan hwe so yie ana wan bɔ ho ban a wobɛhwere ade no enti sɛ Awurade de bi papa hyɛ wa brabom Awurade de bi papa ɛhyɛ wo nsɛm a ɛwɔ sɛ wotumi hu sɛ ade we ɛsombo ade we ɛyɛ ade pa na bɔ ho ban na bɔ mɔden sɛ wobɛkora ade no yie. You celebrate it, you value it, and that is how you keep that thing in your life. And it is very true. Isn't it sad how people die by their own miracle without knowing it? Isn't it sad how people lose potential spouse or partners without knowing it? So when we say obi any obi nam na kan nipa no ebeye ne kunu ana ne yere na so when to me hu nipa no so fast one so we jama no ko e kire obete no na nipa na ko yeye bibi pa ko si won nipa na brabo ahye no ana say owo bibi papa bia onya so fast one hwe so na de no asai na fe adane regrets. Nyame timi ma obi adwuma bia adwuma no ehu kwan wo ho sɛ ka bɛyɛ bibi kɛseɛ ohwɛ so yi a but ɔde agra sɛ adwuma no akyire ɛna yɛapam no anaasɛ welu so adwuma no afei wakɔtena fie ɛde yaw. God put something great in your hand. You are not able to value or recognize it, to celebrate it. Then you lose it. The law of recognition. Very, very powerful law. Sometimes right within your circle, obi wo nchen a okra the solution to your problem, but you still cannot see it. When you be hu saade na ya ni kra this e toda na obi esori atia wo se o se wo insu na e bia wo na wo bua no wa brabo wo kwan bi so wo hu ye ni ntino o sori atia wo e bia na bibia wo ye ma no ena ma wotumi agina mu wa brabo. And this happens a lot in marriages. Ebia oba we na waso mu se bema ena ama oniama aye organize ena ema niama ekoso yi ama mistake kakra bi pa e wo oba yi hu wo oba no value until you begin to mistreat her no akofa oba foforo bi won chen no nso watwe hu moja saa wani baba hu so no ade papa na wo bo ano wo fie no na asai afeya oba foforo na betena wo chen no ana wo hu se se nia wakọ no e ya depa. Meanwhile, it has become too late. As a young lady, only Abranti Ebinam is a potential husband. But they are on this car. I'll bet me to iPhone. Bibi mountain. Only say on your bibia. Now I go who be our children or send you direct momo. And the bayo said, baby, I'm money free, but no na the power. Meanwhile, you don't know the source of the momo. Enti we jabranti anase wanu akodi momo neti wani baba ahunso no. Na branti and wa break it through baby momo no wanu so no na ebia unyanya grandi wo. Esan say ebia ho no your side chick. And now your side cock. And now whatever. The law of recognition. Being able to discern the value, being able to see the weight and the benefit of things around you. Sometimes there can be a gift or a talent that you carry as a person, but you are unable to recognize it. And so you treat it anyhow. You don't value your own self. Look down upon yourself just because you don't have something now. Meanwhile, there's something buried in you that is weightier, but your eyes cannot see. And no penny reading omo kan ma yen and no pay we. Genesis 21 verses 14 to 19. The story of Sarah, Abraham, and Hagar. Bible say Sarah bekan kire Abraham say fa me servant no fa ne da no wo mame. Abraham ne abayi wa no ko die ma fa yefunu ko wo Ishmael. Efie 19 no and tamata be si wo fie ho. And Sarah ko hu ne kunu ka kire say me mpe how ma abayi wa no ko baby. On pe baby ntina. I'm not ready to go into the details of that story in this more time. Bible says Abraham pe aduane ene nsuo no de ma Hagar ene abofra no se wo monko. Sa time no car ni ho aeroplane ni ho. The only best means of transportation obenya ebia donkey and camel. Or your slave girl into oni ska obetimi atobi. And they had to walk. Also a desert Sarisu, is that correct? Sarisu. And one more namino is your best sign, Adriani sign. Baby, I want more cons who nui. It sounds a woman for days. I'm a bedroom baby. Bible say, I started say, was a ditcher, mommy, I am thirsty. Mommy, accommodate is accommodate me. Mommy, accommodate me. Mommy, accommodate me is accommodate me. Mommy say, Ishmaeli. Baby, I am no Ediani be any how me ba, is you be any ha. The Pamuyan, every year, dear baby, I am. To the extent that Aqualani soon, yes, Sama, Bible said, I want in our side, Oba Bewu. And now, open a bar, and now, about time or Doniba. Say, me first child, I'm near me to meet now, my abofrey, and woo a woman, Tisadia. Me fa no go to baby a mani hu ye ni hu anya time owu oho a mesumesu metna na mesumesu. At least I cannot watch directly how my own child will be dying before me as a mother, and I cannot do anything about it. That would be too terrible. That would be too painful. And the Bible said, "Biabia say wo besi ba ono de akola ni ko to ho na akola ni da wa was closer to death." And my minister be that baby onu susu na mra was. And I am able to be no bisan Hagar. Then now by then Sam and I was to say, was yes, so I cry as abofrano babu. You want tree desert isu. Or the phone baby, what phone baby, solution baby, ya solution. And above phone catch Hagar said, Danny when he shall be say, Nice or Danny, no, nice Bible says, Oko Saye, Egun to Anomo, Egun, near memo. Tio na ka Hagar eda baby ansuo wo the solution to her problem. She was going to die right by her miracle. She was going to die right by her solution. She was right at the environment where she was looking for survivor was present. But because of the law of recognition, she was not able to see, even though she was right there. And you know, Christ said, "Yenina ya wa sorry mo anyame ye nsenkyereni." Ensu obi wo dem ha ni sanyanka ni de san say office presbyter nim. Presbyter nsenkyereni ni ho. Enti obeba sorry dem sa so many years on your breakthrough. The law of recognition. Ebe to me about say, your husband could be the one God has designed to be your solution. Your wife. It could be your friend. It could be your pastor. It could be your teacher. It could be the environment you find yourself. Opportunities are buried right there. Say nyame di sofo bi be brew awa safo mu. Na wetumi ehun say sofo ya wa be nyame ngosra bi woni so. Enti e was say me fa me hu enji mu na me kenya me gidie na na me hwehwe no me nsanka. Wo betina wa wani be ba ho so no na ya transfer no. The law of recognition. Because of certain factors. That But sometimes you are in an environment where your prosperity is hidden there. But because you don't design the environment to see that this place is good, you take things for granted and you lose potential blessings. How are you celebrating that man in your life? How are you celebrating that woman in your life? How are you valuing that partner God has given you? That job that that opportunity God has given you? How are you celebrating it? Or you are taking it for granted? It could be your mother, it could be your father, it could be your child. Sometimes one call one call. So the solution is in that call, not a far distance. But because you are not able to see. Look at Hagar. She was looking for water. The Bible said the boy was thirsty, not accommodating. Now, thirst is a signal that water is lacking. Something is lacking. This is water. So that is why they were thirsty. Hunger, shortage or lack of food brings hunger. So something was missing in their life. Something was lacking in their life. Something was out of their life. And they were dying looking for it. Yet the thing was in their environment. But the law of recognition, they were not able to see. But who say, oh, sorry, back again. Who say, Edia, or Brewa, na Kokra, na Brantia, na Kwada. But they may have the solution. An idea you want, a strategy you want, could be in the inside of somebody around you. When you begin to celebrate, value the person, you will discover that, the thing is here. Hagar took the environment as normal desert place. In her mind, there could not be water here. To a gem, giving up. No solution here. Let me just die and go to heaven. Perhaps I'll find rest for my soul. Meanwhile, the solution was right by her side. I pray for you this morning that you will not die by your solution. I pray for you in this service last Sunday of September that you will not die by your miracle. I pray for you this morning that you will not miss your opportunities. The doors that God will open in your life, may you see them and take advantage. That good person God has placed in your life, that valuable person God has placed in your life, that potential person God has placed in your life, may God open your eyes that you will see them, that you will value them, that you will recognize them, that you will celebrate them. Put your hand on your eyes and cry and say, Lord, open my eyes. Come on, shout and say, Lord, open my eyes. Because I already be many. Because I already be many. Because I already be many. Lord, open my eyes. Open my understanding. Open my mind that I will see. Open my mind. Let me not take this church for granted. Let me not take your grace for granted. Lord, open my eyes that I will stop struggling for things that are already around me. Open my eyes that I will see. Adi be a minute. Trinity could say, Mekamechiramo and Opay we say. Sanyamia Yaduma in the next 6 months, Ombe ye roadway. Near we road ya said ye nipa dombe bapotemhan. Ebe woman. So we as a church, I'm going to say it and let the session know we must begin preparing to buy extra chairs. An overflow is coming. I'm speaking prophetically. Let's buy extra chairs. An overflow is coming to this place. And we must position ourselves as good leaders so that people will find home when they come. I preached this message in September 22nd last year. I'm telling you. You as church members, business opportunities are coming around here. I am telling you. So better space B starts. What I'm telling in this our enclave, right from Fise all the way to San Juan. Presby conference center you were for 5,000 7,000 people. Human traffic is coming here. The environment is going to be very fertile. Design opportunities here. There are opportunities around us. I am speaking to you as your pastor, letting you know, say, solutions are around us. Answers are around us. It requires our eyes to open to them. That is what we need. Fire on Bible. Amen. Mami ma Nyama 5. I'll just read through and you write it down. Nyama 5 are MYNT, MYNT, the things that fight against our law of recognition. Number 1 is unbelief. Everybody say unbelief. You don't have belief in anything. You don't believe that this thing can work. You don't believe in it. Unbelief. It fights against the law of recognition. You don't believe, so you cannot recognize. Number 2, familiarity. When you become too familiar with something, you lose that kind of flair of recognizing it. Oh, sorry. So you are become too familiar with the person that you don't see what the person carries. Number 3, doubt. You doubt the person. Wow, who told you? Women carry wisdom. God has blessed women with wisdom. So that woman, that young lady in your life could be a blessing to you. But because you think as a man, you are the one that carries, you are the repository of all wisdom. You are taking the woman for granted, and she's going to die with her knowledge and wisdom you could tap from. Doubt. You doubt the person's abilities. Wow, but you are doubting them because you are comparing them to other children. You cannot recognize their potential. Number 4, the belief that every good thing is in a distant land. I didn't say, I didn't just say me too quiet, baby. Me per miracle, just say me call Atria Mountains. Me per miracle, just say me call baby called Numish Sobolo. Meanwhile, miracle also call that something good is in a distant land. Just say me call brochire and son wo. That idea that always something good is in a distant land. At the papa that mind will prevent you from recognizing the solution around you. And the last one, the lack of confidence in those that God has placed in our lives. That carries solution to our problems. Lack of confidence in the people God has placed in our lives. That carries the solution to our problems. Look at your neighbor. Say, look at my face. I carry grace. I carry solution. I carry potential. Who that was on the can say me niawuhiano ebisha me kura niawuhiano. Ngosra wuhiano ewo me so. Aduma wuhiano ewo me so. Sika upe no ebi wo me bottom kata say bi kura me. Aduma wuhiano ebi wo me so. I carry potential. But bia me share atade kese no hu ye. Bia me Paul me nim cap hu say me wo fe. Bia me share shoe e was ro hu say me wo shape. But shape ni wo ho bia honam kakra na ba fata me call gym kakra se ya obe hu say shape ne beba. Nyama bia kata nyama bia ni so ntina ama ye hu ne ye. But potential no she ho. Are we together here? Potential no e she ho. Hwa woni ani kasa me nua me be ye pa o. Enti se o bibia wo be ya ama me a. Ye ne sese ya. Wo de ka kire say se wo bibia wo be ye ne sese ya. Esa se me be ye pa. Wo de ma me wan ye, me be ye pa. O bon sam se rade ande onya. The solutions are around us. The solutions are around us. Erade mbie ye ni ne ye hu niama wo de hyira ye. Erade mbie ye ni ne ye hu niama pa wo de ahye ye mu. Erade mbie ye ni ne ye hu niama kese a ebimben ye. Na ye ntwi. Amen. Nyankopɔn. Me, before I preach, so I want us to just pray with one text. 2 Kings chapter 6, verse 16 and 17. 2 Kings chapter 6, verses 16 and 17. 2 Kings. Elisha answered to his servant, "Do not be afraid, for those who are with us are more than those who are with them." Next verse, 17. And Elisha prayed and said, "O Lord, I pray thee, open his eyes, that he may see." And the Lord opened the eyes of the young man, and he saw. And behold, the mountain was full of horses and chariot of fire round about Elisha. Elisha and his servant enam. No go through baby. The Bible say, "Atamfo esoriti yawam." Soldier for pa asrafo. Enti Elisha servant and soldier for no obo brim. And then akuma to no tie mu say, "Hey master, ye wo asema to ye." Na atamfo asoriti yayen on be say ye. And Elisha can't kire ni servant and say, "Mensro can't you say mensro." Na wonga omo ni ye wo ho no, wo dosun sin wo mo. And Elisha bompaye say, "Ewrade bie mi baye ni no hu wonga eben ye." Bible say, "Amno wa na servant no ani bie wo sunsum yase. Obie na ni a obehu no, eno hu say, tiase enam aye metal, any horses, soldier for nyame aso am heavy. Etwa ho nyina hia, an army from the Lord was with them." Bible say Abraham of having nobody, his perception of coming to an end of his life changed to a victor, changed into a master when he saw. Put your right hands on your eye. Your only prayer is that, "Lord, open my eye to see the solutions around me. Lord, open my eyes to see the answers around me. Open my eye to see the good things around me. The good people you have placed in my life." If you want to wake up, you can stand on your feet. It's at your own will. Hope I say, "Oh, sorry, I bet me I'm sorry." But I'm giving